Our next guest on the pod is running the 2025 Boston Marathon for Active Against Cancer. Let's welcome to the pod, Shoshi Bloom. Nice to see
What's
you.
up,
Welcome.
Shoshi?
Hi guys, how are you doing?
Doing very, very well. We are so excited to have you today.
I'm wicked excited because I'm looking at your charity and I'm like, okay, AKTIV. How do I say that? And you're like, it's active. And I'm like,
It's active.
oh my God, it is active. Active Against Cancer. This is awesome. I'm so excited you're on the podcast. And Erica, good job with that intro because I can't pronounce words right. And I
She
was
helped
struggling with
though.
yours.
She said Shoshi like Yoshi, and I love that. So
I know, and I got
she gave
Yoshi
you
because I played a
support.
lot of Mario Brothers, but Shoshi, I think I got it. Shoshi, maybe.
You got
S's
it.
are
Yeah, you're good.
hard. Do people? Is it easy for people to get your name, or am I just like the one and random one?
It's your teeth, man.
Hey, I got
It
a
gets
full,
butchered
beautiful
pretty
rack.
often. I kind of am used to it at this point. It's been a few years of, you get used to it.
A few
Thanks for
years.
being a good sport about it.
Yeah, I don't.
Good.
If you know anything about our podcast, this is a common theme. But yes, how are you? Where are you coming from, by the way? And your dog is beautiful. I love Daisy already.
Thanks. I think she ran away. But I'm coming to you from Brighton, so real close to the finish line, and I can't wait to cross it.
Is this going to be your first Boston?
Yeah, this is my first Boston. I'm so excited to run it. The most exciting part for me this year is actually it's my dad's birthday, and I'm running in memory of him. So I really can't wait to do that.
Oh, that's awesome. Tell us about your dad then. Tell us a little bit about you and your dad.
So my dad passed away from colon cancer back in 2009 when I was 15. He was my role model. I mean, I was daddy's girl growing up through and through. And I grew up in Newton. So right along the course, I would go down to Lower Falls and watch the marathon with my dad. And I told him, I was like, Dad, one day I'm going to run this. And he was like, okay, sure. Because I, was not athletic. I really still am not that athletic. Everyone thinks I am because I run, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not, but okay. So he said, he's like, okay, sure. I'll promise you I'll be there at the finish line when you do run it. And unfortunately, after a 7-year battle with cancer, he lost that battle. But now I get to run in his memory. I get
7 years. Wow.
I get to run for a charity that promotes physical activity in conjunction with cancer. And it's so meaningful for me.
So that's great you bring that up because we've talked about this before. Fundraising intimidates me, right? It's just, if I go and say, hey, I need money because I want to run in the Boston Marathon, that's hard. And then we want to like pump the tires and try to help people fundraise. And it means a lot when you're running for a cause that is really close to you and your heart. Erica's going through that right now because she's fundraising for Chicago. And you're doing that right now for the Boston Marathon in memory of your dad. It's Active Against Cancer. Your dad passed away from colon cancer. Tell us a little bit about your charity, Active Against Cancer.
So Active Against Cancer was originally founded in the Netherlands, I believe. You can check that one. But so Active Against Cancer is all about promoting physical activity in conjunction with cancer treatments. When you're active, we know there's mental health benefits. We're runners. Like we know we feel good when we run, but it also helps improve the clinical outcome. So the therapies are more effective. There's a better prognosis if you're active during treatment. So they're trying to get like physical activity sites, so like gyms and whatnot at cancer treatment sites across the U.S. They're also trying to research into more of exercise oncology. So they have a partnership with a exercise oncology lab at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City. So they're doing a lot, and it's really, really exciting to get to partnership with them.
So how did you decide that you wanted to run Boston for this charity? Was it because of your dad? Like you wanted to say, I'm going to do this, Dad, and I'm going to do it for you.
Yeah. So, I mean,
did you just know this charity was the one?
It's always was going to be a cancer charity. Initially, the dream was kind of Dana-Farber because that's what you know. But getting onto the Dana-Farber team is super challenging. So someone I know actually ran Boston last year for Active Against Cancer. So I was like, hey, can you tell me more about the charity? And he did. And I was like, yeah, dope. This is awesome. And then they told me to just reach out and email them. So I did. I did that back in August, I just shot them an email through their contact form on their website. And I was like, hey, I've heard you guys have had bibs for Boston. Do you have any for 2025? And they're like, yeah, let's go. Like, welcome to the team. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm fully prepared to get completely rejected and be like, well, you know, it's early. Let's reach out to other charities and whatnot. Like, let's go. But no, they're like, let's go. You're on the team. And I'm like, holy shit, this is happening.
Yes.
So, I mean, it was a really simple process for me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, it was pretty easy. It was a cold email, but yeah, it's still, I still can't believe it.
That's pretty awesome, though. That the instant, like, yes, let's go, and sometimes it like needs to click for a second, but you're like, at what point were you like, holy cow, I'm going to run in the Boston Marathon? And have you ever run a marathon before this?
So I'm still not like that though. So I know I'm going to get a bib. I'm still not convinced I'm going to run Boston, partially because I'm still getting over an injury, or I just came back from an injury.
That's right. You DM me this. You said it in an email or DM. I remember.
Yeah. So I was diagnosed with a bone stress injury in my tibia back in, what was it, November? So I just started running 2 weeks ago. My weekly mileage.
2 weeks ago. So we're talking, today is the 17th of February. So you've been running since early February. So we got 2.5 months here to do this. How's the injury right now?
To Boston. We have 9 weeks to Boston. My weekly mileage is at 9.
Good. You got this.
Oh,
here's my take on. Yeah, here's my take on Boston, and I hope you take it this way too. It's a victory lap. Now,
100%.
The training you're putting in and the fundraising you're putting in, right? Well, I think, kudos to anyone who wants to go out there and run for time and to beat a PR. That's amazing too. But at the same time, you have a lot of time to finish this race, and you take in the crowd, take in the moment, take in the people. Stop, visit us at mile 19. We'll give you like a Powerade, a soda, whatever you need, and take in all the moments. And you can properly pace yourself however you feel like you
intervals.
need. Yeah, you could do the run, walk. You just need a goal going in, or not a goal, but a plan. And you got this. If you got 9 weeks and this injury is good to go, like, you got this. You got this, Shoshi. I can't do it. So that's you're Yoshi. I'm going to call you Yoshi.
I've been called worse. It's fine.
Well, Shoshi, I'm going to send all the healing vibes your way to stay healthy so no other injuries arise and that you can tackle Boston, because if I was in your shoes, I'd be like, I'm doing it anyways. But you gotta do what's right for you and stay healthy and just make sure you don't hurt yourself.
We're running Boston. We're getting to that start line, and we're going to get to that finish line even if we're crawling. Like, there's no quitting at this point.
Right. Awesome.
My jacket, like, I'm earning that damn jacket.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. All right. So we know how training's going, and it's just starting because of the injury. But how's fundraising going?
Fundraising is going pretty good. I mean,
what are some things you got planned coming up? I think you got some big things planned.
Yeah. Or March Madness, going to do a little bracket pool. Cheap $10 buy-in, haven't fully figured out the details right now. But probably about half of the pool goes to the winner, maybe a bit less to do second and third place. Other half to the fundraiser, but hopefully it gets me there.
Well, you know what? A lot of people who do those things, and I can't say from experience, but just from what I've heard, a lot of those winners kind of just give you the money back. So I don't want you to expect it, but like a lot of the times they give you a portion. We've come up with some fun fundraising ideas in the past. Erica, one of my favorite ones she does is a 50-50 raffle. She just goes to Staples, buys a bunch of raffle tickets, walks around the office, forces her boyfriend to walk around his office and go, hey, I'm selling 50-50 raffles, and does it every week. And people thought it was a hit. They're like, yeah, this is kind of cool.
It brought in a decent amount of money, so any little bit helps. How far away from your goal are you?
I am just under 40% away.
Okay.
Okay.
Making moves.
Moves.
By the time this comes out, you're going to be like 20% to go.
By the time this comes out, I'll be done. Let's go.
Yeah, you will.
That's the spirit. I love
We're
it.
doing this very early, but we're hoping to drop these all on YouTube earlier for everybody else. Tell us a little bit about your running experience before this. Were you a big runner? Were you crazy like us? Or were you just like the story about your dad where I'm going to do the Boston Marathon one day? Was that just like you saw a friend do it and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this now and he's going to be there watching?
I didn't know anybody running it when I was little. I mean, I knew like tangentially some people through like our synagogue and stuff, but not really. But I just saw it and I was like, this is so cool. So I was not athletic really. My senior year of high school, I started to train for a marathon. There was a marathon club at my high school. And so I was training with them because it was like, well, if I'm going to run Boston, this is once I learned that you actually have to qualify or raise money. I was like, oh, I can qualify. It's not that hard.
Right.
It's that hard. But so I was like, okay, well, I got to start running somewhere. So I started running with the marathon club in high school, training for, I think it was the Providence Marathon. Didn't end up running that because I had to have surgery.
Oh, no.
But, that was fine. We're good. That was a couple years ago. Well, more than a couple. And then I went to college and I was running off and on a bit. After the summer after my freshman year of college, the marathon club was like, hey, we have bibs for the Marine Corps Marathon in DC. And I was like, I go to school just outside DC. Like, let's go. Okay. So I ran that marathon. Don't run a marathon your sophomore year of college is my biggest life advice. Long runs on a Saturday morning and then you end at a tailgate. Yeah, I didn't know what fueling was. I didn't know anything about hydration. I think my longest run was probably 16 miles. I hit the wall at mile like 17. I spent the last 9 miles just dropping F-bombs every other second.
Yes.
It was miserable. I was
This is a great
miserable.
story.
It was a learning experience.
If I remembered it.
I
blocked a lot of it out.
Better.
But so I ran a couple half marathons in undergrad. Then I kind of dropped off running for grad school. Mental health was in the shitter. Running wasn't my priority. I was trying to get through grad school. So then after I finished up grad school, I moved back to Boston and I was like, okay, mental health isn't in the garbage anymore. Let's get back in shape. So I got back into running and then I was like, okay, well, I'm never going to qualify for Boston, but that's okay. So I've just been running for probably consistently, like about 2.5 years or so at this point. And it's just, I love it. I love running along the Charles in the snow. It's the one thing I missed this winter. I love running. It's great.
You can come have some of our snow. I know it's not along the Charles, but we don't want it.
Whoa. Speak for yourself
All
there.
right, he's the skier. I'm not. I'm very cold right now.
So come Boston Marathon Day, are you expecting any friends or family who are going to be there at the finish line cheering you on? What is your race day game plan? I know the game plan is to, toe the line and we're going to get there. But outside of that, what's your plan?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have family and friends across the course. Growing up in the area, there's people are like, you're running, of course I'll be there. I'll take off from work, even because not everyone here gets the day off, unfortunately. So yeah, family and friends are going to be along the course, mostly starting in Newton. And I'm like, that's great. Mile 17 and on, that's where I'm going to need some extra love. But I think
that's right. We got your back at mile 19, by the way.
Okay. I will definitely come say hi. The game plan.
Please do.
The game plan definitely for the course is just, I think it's going to be a regular run walk interval. The exact interval we're going to figure out. I'm working with a coach. We'll figure it out as we get closer. The goal is really just finish. It's have fun. It's enjoy the moment. I'm going to do this again one day because I can't
love it.
not.
You have the right mindset going into this. I know you're not training as much as you wish you could, but you just want to have fun, enjoy it, soak in all that the Boston Marathon has to offer. So you are going to finish and you are going to love it.
Also, I love that you're running for your dad. I love the story when you're a little kid telling your dad, I'm going to do this one day. I love that you're running in his honor. And I think, when you're fundraising for a charity like this, Active Against Cancer, it just means so much more. And it's people love to donate to someone like that. Who has a charity that has a story like that. So I think you're going to be great. You're going to be awesome. I can't wait to see you at mile 19 about, what do you say, Erica? Maybe 200-300 yards after the aid station on your left. John Kelly statue. You know where that is because you're from
Johnny
Newton.
Kelly statue. Yep.
Yeah, the Johnny Kelly statue. We'll be there. We'll be loud. We'll have a power boost sign. We'll have whatever you need. Tell Erica, shoot her the DM because if you shoot it to me, I'll forget.
Notes.
Yes. But you're going to be awesome. Anything else you want to say? Where can people find you? Where could they find maybe a fundraising link outside of the show notes when this drops? How can they find you on social media and everywhere else?
Yeah, so on Instagram, Shosh, SHOSH _the_runner. From there, the link for my fundraiser is in my bio. Also, it's I'm not going to even try to tell you the link. I don't remember it right now.
It will be in the show notes. It will be in the show notes.
We'll make it easy for people to find.
Yeah, guys, just go to the show notes and
it will Instagram, But yeah, I mean, Instagram's my main place. I've been keeping track of my progress there. It goes back to when I started running. If you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see a couple stress injuries.
You know what? I'm proud of you already because you're running again, and you didn't let this injury in November, slow you down or stop you from this. So I'm proud of you. You're going to do awesome. I think our listeners are going to, jump at this for you because that story about you and your dad, just that hit the feels for me. I think you're going to do great, guys. I really hope you enjoyed Shoshi Bloom on the On the Runs podcast. I did it. Yeah. I had to think about that one. You're the best. Good luck.